I went to it. I mean, we were already here at the club, but we had a teacher in the afternoon. But they were giving out cookies and refreshments, so we sat through it.
Oh, they asked if we'd come in so someone would be there.
Yeah, they were in the parking lot pulling people in, trying to get the place full. So we went in there, and it was very nice for Dewayne. A lot of people got up and said good things about him. And that's what crawled all over me.
We're going to be here.
We were listening to these people talk so nice about Dewayne, and they were telling all these stories, and Jay and Jimmy and Dave and I were looking at each other and shaking our heads. And the idea for this was born right then. Especially when the guy gets up and says that the first time he met Dewayne, he was intimidated by him. He thought Dewayne was ex-military, maybe even a Marine. I mean, look at the guy. He looks like he knows which color crayon tastes the best. It's red, isn't it, Dewayne?
Can't even pass the test.
Well, Dwayne's about as useful as a white crayon. And then the Boy Scouts put a real nice article about him on the front page of the paper. So everybody here that thought when they heard that there was an article about Dewayne on the front page was about something other than his retirement, raise your hand. In case you realize this is the things that should have been said back then. Okay, and I'm not the only one. Okay. But you know, Dewayne's always presented himself as a trusty Boy Scout. But, you know, he's really about as trusty as single ply toilet paper.
I gotta get better, friend.
Too late, buddy.
You know, Dewayne, I'll never forget the first time I met you, but I'm gonna keep trying. It was the Ryder Cup playoff several years ago. We were paired against each other. You remember that? Now, I never will forget it, but I got the impression real quick that you were just pompous, rude, and not real bright.
And you cheat.
I mean, there's not a joke there. But you know, after all these years of getting to know you, it just doesn't seem to bother me as much anymore. But you know, man, don't be ashamed of who you are. That's your parents' job. You know, your wife was going to try to be here.
My wife, please.
Well, she was going to be here this week or for this deal, but you know, she's getting over her illness. She's probably going to be around you. But I had a chance to talk to her, and man, she's really nice. So far out of your league, it's ridiculous. But y'all, your wife, you know, you remember her. She's really so far out of your league, it's ridiculous. We knew she would be since she's female, but you really need to be thankful, man, because the last time you were anybody's type, you were given blood.
I'm gonna need a double.
You know, people think you go out of your way to be smart ass and rude to them, but man, it's just not out of your way at all. It's just impossible to underestimate you. You can't even look at me, can you?
Not now.
But honestly, you know, good golf has always followed Dewayne, but he's always been fast enough to keep it from catching him. Having Dewayne as your partner on a golf team is like having two good golfers to quit. And I honestly wrote that before yesterday's debacle of losing the tournament where he carried us, so I'll give you credit for that. And everybody knows about Dewayne's affinity to Alabama. You can always tell an Alabama fan because they have more A's on their car and shirts than they ever made in high school. When Dewayne got his first F in school, he asked the teacher why she gave him an F, and she said, because we don't give out G's. When he moves to Alabama from Texas, he's going to single-handedly raise the IQ level in both states. But you know, man, through all this, you've never pretended to be anything that you're not. Except sober. You pretend to be sober. And you've always, you're honestly the only guy that I enjoy talking shit to on the text because you keep up with me. And we always usually finish it by saying we need better friends and we're going to miss you. And man, I couldn't have a better friend. But that really speaks to the quality of these other nutsacks. I will miss you. And now that I've said that, I'm going to get out of here. Jay Pirtle is want to share some words with y'all.
You're a tough guy.
All right.